Did you know that the most important map of the 20th century wasn't of land, but of something no human had ever seen? That it was drawn by a woman who wasn't allowed on the ships collecting the data, and that she not only revealed the largest geological structure on Earth, but also cracked one of science's biggest mysteries, how the continents move? This is the story of Marie Tharp, the woman who redrew the world. Before we dive in, just to let you know that we're seeing that 55% of our viewers who watch our channel regularly have not subscribed to us yet, so we're asking you a favor. Before we start our deep dive, if you like us and want to support us, there's a free and simple way to do that. Just hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out when we post new videos. We assure you that we will commit to bringing you the best videos each week. We also crave your feedback and suggestions as we aim to give you the best content possible. Imagine looking at a globe in the early 1900s. You see the continents, the mountain ranges, the deserts, but look at the oceans. Just a flat blue void. That's all it was, a mystery. Scientists had no idea what lay beneath the waves. It was as if Earth's surface just stopped at the shore. No detailed maps, no understanding of the seafloor, nothing. The ocean floor, the majority of our planet, was completely unknown. That began to change with sonar. During World War II, ships began using sonar to detect submarines. These echo sounders sent sound waves down to the seafloor and measured how long it took for the echo to return. The result? A stream of depth data, line by line. And in the post-war years, the data piled up. But turning that data into a map, that would take someone with vision, someone with patience, someone who could see patterns no one else could. Someone like Marie Tharp. Marie Tharp was born in 1920 in Michigan. Her father was a map maker for the United States Department of Agriculture. From an early age, she helped him draw maps of farmland and soil quality. She didn't know it then, but this childhood task would lead her to redraw the planet. Marie studied geology and mathematics, unusual fields for a woman at the time. She earned a master's degree in geology and worked in petroleum research during World War II, but she didn't feel fulfilled. She moved to New York and joined the Lamont Geological Laboratory at Columbia University. It was here, surrounded by male scientists and stacks of sonar data, that she found her calling. She began working with Bruce Heezen, a charismatic geologist who needed help interpreting sonar profiles of the Atlantic Ocean floor. Heezen would go on the ships. Tharp would stay behind. She wasn't allowed aboard because she was a woman. So she did the only thing she could do. She mapped. Chapter 3. Staring into the Deep. Day after day, Marie Tharp sat at a desk surrounded by sonar readings. Thousands of numbers, each one representing the depth of the ocean at a single point. It was like trying to visualize a mountain range using only a single hiking trail at a time. She began drawing profiles of the ocean floor, cross-sections of depth plotted along the ship's path. Slowly, painstakingly, she began to notice something strange. A valley, a deep, narrow trench, running right down the center of the Atlantic Ocean. And not just in one place. It was there in profile after profile, from Iceland to South America. So, she showed it to Bruce Heezen. But he didn't believe her. He told her it was just girl talk, said she was seeing what she wanted to see. But Marie didn't back down. She went back to the data, redrew the profiles, and pulled in more lines from other parts of the ocean. The pattern still held. The Atlantic wasn't flat. It actually had a ridge, a massive underwater mountain range stretching thousands of miles, and at its center, a rift valley. So why was this rift valley so important? Well, because it suggested something radical, that the seafloor wasn't static. It was actually splitting apart. This idea had been proposed before in a fringe theory called continental drift. Alfred Wegener had suggested that continents moved, but he really had no mechanism to explain how. Tharp had just found the mechanism. If new crust was forming at the rift and spreading outward, then maybe the continents were being pushed apart. Marie needed more proof, so she overlaid earthquake data on her maps. What she found was, honestly, just stunning. Every major earthquake epicenter in the Atlantic lined up perfectly with her Rift Valley. The Earth was breaking open, and Marie had drawn the fault line. Chapter 5: Seafloor Spreading and the Scientific Revolution. This rift wasn't just a fluke of the Atlantic. As Marie began mapping other oceans, she found similar ridges with rift valleys around the world. In the Pacific, the Indian, even the Arctic, the Earth's crust wasn't fixed, it was mobile. New seafloor was being created in the middle of oceans and pushed outward. This was the birth of seafloor spreading. It turned the theory of continental drift into a full-blown revolution. It became the foundation of the greatest unifying theory in Earth science, plate tectonics, and all of it started with Tharp's map. In the 1970s, Marie Tharp and Bruce Heezen teamed up with an Austrian painter named Heinrich Baran to create a full-color map of the entire ocean floor. It was stunning. It revealed the largest geological structure on Earth, the global mid-ocean ridge system, stretching over 40,000 miles. The world had never seen anything like it. It was art. It was science. It was truth. The oceans were no longer a mystery. They were a vast, living system, shifting, cracking, expanding. The map became iconic. It hangs in museums and classrooms to this day. But for decades, very few people knew the name behind it. So let's talk about secrets, submarines, and the Cold War. Much of Tharp's work was funded by the United States Navy. Why? Well, because in the Cold War era, understanding the seafloor was absolutely critical to submarine warfare. The Navy needed maps to hide, to detect, to navigate. Many of the sonar datasets Marie worked with were, actually classified. That meant she couldn't publish her findings or even talk about them. But she kept working in secret, mapping the hidden Earth one echo at a time. Ironically, the military data that kept her silent also proved her theories correct. When she finally plotted earthquake activity along her rift valleys, the match was undeniable. The planet was active, the crust was moving, and Marie had shown it all, without ever going to sea. Marie Tharp was one of the most brilliant scientific minds of her generation, but she wasn't allowed on the ships. She wasn't included on the first papers. She was told her discoveries were just, girl talk. And yet, she persisted. In a field dominated by men, she quietly reshaped the Earth beneath their feet. She didn't seek fame, she sought truth, and she found it in the deep. So, in the 1990s and early 2000s, Marie Tharp finally began receiving recognition. The Library of Congress named her one of the greatest cartographers of the 20th century. Columbia University honored her. Google even created a doodle in her memory. And the United States Navy went so far as to name a ship after her. But honestly, her greatest legacy isn't in awards. It's in every globe, every map, every textbook out there. Every time we teach plate tectonics, we're teaching Marie Tharp's work. And every time we speak of the Earth as dynamic, evolving, living, we're echoing her discoveries. Marie Tharp gave us a vision of the Earth we'd never had before. She showed us the scars of our planet's creation, the ridges where it was born, the rifts where it split, the fractures where it groaned and moved and grew. She taught us that the ocean floor isn't empty, it's alive, that maps aren't just drawings, they're revolutions, and that truth can rise from the depths, even when no one's listening. Did you know that one woman working in obscurity changed the way we see the world? That she mapped the largest structure on Earth, helped prove continents move, and redrew every globe on the planet? Now you do. Marie Tharp didn't just map the ocean floor. She mapped a new chapter in human knowledge, and beneath the waves, her legacy lives on. Did you like this story? Please let us know in the comments and tell your friends about this interesting fun fact. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell and share and subscribe for more.